Hi guys, happy Sunday with Satan. Am I recording? Is my microphone? There we go. I didn't know if I was recording or not. There we go. Okay, I'm recording. So, this new age manifestation crap is getting on my nerves, you guys. I mean, you can't explain to anybody. You know, if your magic's not working, it's not working for a specific reason. Not everything, is a synchronicity. Not everything is a sign. Not everything is something, that you can, of course, you can connect it to the end desired target with your brain, but you're just overthinking. So it's overthinking and it's ruining everything. So I don't even know what to do anymore about these new age coaches, because I watched who I really, really, really like, and I thought, oh no, completely 100% wrong. So if you guys are going to these manifestation coaches, be careful. Just be careful, because they're going to lead you down a road. These tests that we have to go through, or not us, because I was not raised with the secret or the law of attraction, and I was raised with regular witchcraft, magic. You had to study, learn, work your ass off. So yeah, these tests, they are diversions to lead you off the path of where you want to go. That is what that test is. The synchronicities are what are telling you that you are going to where you want to be, what you are manifesting, which is spell work. So I don't know anymore, but I watched quite a few of these videos, and I really listened, and I thought, no, you are completely wrong. And I really had a lot of respect for this person, so I don't anymore, so I can't support that person anymore. But, alright, so this is true magic. True magic. If you do something to attract somebody to yourself and it doesn't work, think about this. What happens if you get with that person and that person abuses you? What happens if you get with that person and they leave you somewhere, tied up in the middle of nowhere? Think about that. When you start to use your magic, and I'm not even going to start with that manifestation crap anymore, because that's just what it is, crap. So everybody on YouTube that is a manifestation coach, crap. You are all full of crap. You don't know anything. All you're doing is taking our techniques from witchcraft and paganism and distorting them to a sugar-coated view of what you guys want. No. Magic, actual, real magic, is a science. It's an art. You have to learn it. You can't just and manifest what you want instantly. It does not work like that. This world does not work like that. The gods and the goddesses don't owe you anything. The universe couldn't care less about you. Couldn't care less. Nature could not care less about you. It's neutral. Couldn't care less about you. You work with it. You go with it. You go with the flow. You don't go against the current. That's what's magic. You can't do it, or it's not going to work. It will not work at all. But just think about going into, these manifestation crap that, people are trying to manifest, other people, manifest good stuff in their life, manifest happiness, self-confidence. You don't need magic for that. You've got to do that on your own. That's alchemy. That's inner work. You've got to spend years on self-confidence, on self-love. You've got to spend years. Years. Every single one of these manifestation coaches are lying. They are lying to you. They are liars. So, here's what real magic is. Guys, get a good book. Get history. Get historical books. Don't go off of these YouTubers. Seriously, even with me, double check what I do, what I say, what I read. So, The Doctrine and Ritual of High Magic by Eliphas Levi, a new translation, which is amazing. So, alright. Now, being is being. Now, so thus, the principle behind this philosophy is what it is. And there is nothing by pathetical or uncertain about it. Now, Mercurius Trismegistus began his admirable symbol, known by the name of the Emerald Tablet, with this triple affirmation. Affirmations are crap. They are crap. Mantras are what you want. A couple few words, that is it. That's it. All these affirmations and crap that you guys are paying for, I would not waste my time, money, or energy. So, true, without error, certain, and most true. Thus, the truth is confirmed by experience in physics. Certitude is freed from any alloy of falsehood through philosophy. Absolute truth is arrived at by analogy in the domain of religion or the infinite. Those are the primary requirements of true science, of this true magic, of the great work. And it is that which magic alone can provide to its adepts. All I gotta say, it's gonna take you a long time, because these manifestation coaches aren't gonna teach you crap. You're just gonna end up sad and depressed. Very true. So, but before anything else, who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you even know yourself? Probably not. You who hold this book between your hands and are beginning to read it. I know myself. So, on the pediment of the temple which antiquity had dedicated to the god of light, we read the following two-word inscription: Know thyself. Know yourself, inside and out. I have the same recommendation to give to anyone who wishes to come closer to science. Know yourself. That's magic. That's the first step in magic. Know yourself. Read. Do your work. If you're trying to get somebody and you're not talking to them and you're not being completely blunt with them, like, hey, I like you, it's not going to work. Never. You will never achieve what you want. So, now, magic, which the ancients called Sanctum Regnum, the Holy Kingdom, or the Kingdom of God, Regnum Dei, pretty much DEI, deity, is only appropriate for kings and for priests. Are you priests? Are you kings? The calling of magic is not a vulgar calling at all, and its royalty has nothing to do with the princess of this world. The kings of science are the priests of truth, and their reign is hidden from the multitude, as are their sacrifices and their prayers. So let me read that again. The kings of science are the priests of truth, and their reign is hidden from the multitude, as their sacrifices and their prayers. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. What does that mean? You don't talk about it. You forget about it. Alright. I don't know where I went now. Okay, so the king of science are those who know the truth. And not a lot of people know the truth. The truth has set them free according to the formal promise of the most powerful of initiators. And that's actually a reference to John in the Bible, and it's 8:32. So now, one who is a slave to his passions or to the prejudices of this world will not know how to become an initiate. He or she will never be able to do so as long as he does not reform himself, and so he will not know how to become an adept, because the word adept means he who succeeded by his will and through his works. So, are you a slave to your passions? Are you giving? Yeah, I think a lot of people are. Obsessions. It's obsession. So, one who loves his ideas and is afraid to lose them, there's a total contradiction right there. That's totally contradictory. One who loves his ideas and is afraid to lose them. You're going to lose your ideas. Who is suspicious of new truths and is not disposed to doubt everything rather than accept something at random. He can close this book. I never closed the book. Couldn't. So, which is useless and dangerous to him. He will understand it poorly and will be troubled by it, but he would be even more troubled if, by chance, he were to understand it better. And once you do understand this, you're even more troubled than before. So, but right here, you are going to be troubled. It's not going to work. You got to know yourself. Now, if you hold something dearer in this world than reason, the truth and justice, if your will is uncertain and faltering either for good or for evil, if logic frightens you, if the naked truth makes you blush, if your feelings are hurt when your errors are touched upon, if your feelings are hurt when your errors are touched upon, if your feelings are hurt when your errors are touched upon. Throw this book away at once and then act in not reading it, as if it did not exist for you, but do not denounce it as dangerous. The secrets it reveals will only be understood by a small number, and those who understand will not reveal them. I'm not revealing crap. So, showing the light to birds of the night is like hiding it from them, because it blinds them and becomes for them more obscure than darkness. So, he says here, Eliphas Levi says, I will thus speak clearly, I will tell all, and I have the firm belief that only initiates, or those worthy of being initiates, will read everything and understand something. Now, there is a true and a false science, a divine magic and a magic that is infernal. This is to say, misleading and obscure. We will reveal one and unveil the other. We will distinguish the magician from the sorcerer and the adept from the charlatan. So the magician disposes of a force which he knows. The sorcerer struggles to abuse that of which he is ignorant. The devil, if it can be permitted to use this revived or reveled in vulgar words in a book of science, surrenders himself to the magician, and the sorcerer surrenders himself to the devil. So the magician is the sovereign pontiff of nature. The sorcerer is but its desecrator. So the sorcerer is to the magician what the superstitious and the fantastic is to the truly religious man. So, I mean, again, I honestly think the whole if people are having problems with, magic and spell work and manifestation, don't mix your faiths. I do honestly believe that if you're mixing Christianity with manifestation, if you want to make yourself feel better, call it manifestation, but it's magic and witchcraft, truly is. It just is. I don't think that they work together. I don't think that you can have a very harmonized working relationship with both practice and religion, or both religions and practices. So before going any further, let us clearly define magic. Magic is the traditional science of the secrets of nature, which come to us from the mages. By using this science, the adept is invested with a sort of relative omnipotence and can act in a superhuman manner. That is to say, in a manner which is not within the common reach of men. So, I get so upset with these manifestation coaches. Now, it is in this manner that several famous adepts, such as Hermes Trismegistus, Osiris, Orpheus, Apollonius of Tyana, and others, of which it could be dangerous or inconvenient to name, were abhorred or invoked after their death as gods. It is in this manner that others, following the flux and reflux of opinion, which makes for the vagaries of success, become the henchmen of hell, or dubious adventures, like the Emperor Julian, Apuleius, Merlin the Enchanter, and the Arch-Sorcerer, as the illustrious and miserable Cornelius Agrippa, who called in his time. So, to reach the sanctum regnum, which is actual magic, real magic, that is to say the science and the power of the mages, there are 4 things which are required. An intelligence enlightened by study. An intelligence enlightened by study. An audacity which nothing can stop. A will which nothing can break, and a discretion that nothing can corrupt or intoxicate. To know, to dare, to will, and to be silent. Those are the 4 verbs of the mage, which are written in the 4 symbolic forms of the Sphinx. This is getting a little deep. So these 4 verbs can be combined together in 4 ways and can be explained 4 times through the others. So, it's just, I mean, come on, people. This is not, I mean, it's not rocket science, but I mean, I am so disappointed in what I've watched today, this morning. It just disheartened me. Now, on the first page of the Book of Hermes, the adept is depicted as wearing a large hat, which, if he lowers it, could hide his entire head. He holds one hand up towards the sky, which seems to be commanding him with his wand, and the other hand is on his chest. He has before him the principal symbols or instruments of science, and he hides others in an illusionist's satchel. His body and his arms form the letters Aleph, the first of the alphabet, which the Hebrews borrowed from the Egyptians, but we will be coming back to this symbol again later. So the mage is actually what the Hebrew Kabbalists called the micro-prosperous. Oh, I thought I was like, whoa, what is that crap going on? Micro-prosperous. So, that is to say that the creator of the little world. So that's us. That's us that practice magic. Now, the first magical science, and also the first of all works of science, was knowledge of oneself. It is that which contains all the others, and which is the principle of the great work. It is the creation of oneself. The word needs to be explained. So, I hope this is helping. So the supreme reason being the only invariable principle, and in consequence imperishable, since change is what we call death, intelligence which adheres strongly to and in a certain way relates to this principle, is thus also invariable and therefore immortal. We understand that to adhere invariably to reason one must have become independent from all the forces which produce, through their fatal and necessary movement, the alternatives of life and death, to know how to suffer, abstain, and die. These are the first secrets that raise us above pain, sensual desires, and the fear of the void. The man who looks for and finds a glorious death has faith in immortality, and all of humanity believes in it with him. And for him, because humanity raises altars or statues of him as a sign of immortal life. I really hope this is helping some people. Man only becomes king of the animals by subjugating or taming them. Otherwise, he will be their victim or their slave. Animals represent our passions. They are the instinctive forces of nature. Now, the world is a battlefield, where a liberty battles with the force of inertia by using the active force, the physical laws of the milestones, and you will be the grain if you do not know how to be the miller. You are called to the king of air, of water, of earth, and of fire, but to reign over these 4 symbolic animals you must conquer them and place them in chains. So, he who aspires to become a sage and to know the great mystery of nature must be the heir and the despoiler of the Sphinx. He must have a human head to possess speech, the wings of an eagle to conquer the heights, the body of a bull, the plows and the claws of a lion, to make space for himself to the left and to the right and in front and behind. So, I just hope this is helping some of you. So you who wish to be initiate, are you wise as Faust? Are you as impenetrable as Job? This is not so, is it? But you become so if you wish. Have you conquered the whirlwinds of vague thoughts? Are you decisive and not curious? Do you only accept pleasure when you want it? And do you want it only when you should? That is not so, is it? So it has never been so, has it? But it could be if you so wish. So the Sphinx does not only have the head of a man, he also has the breasts of a woman. Can you resist the attractions of women? This is not so, is it? Well, I mean, yeah, for me. And here you laugh while answering, and you brag about your moral weakness to glorify the vital and material force within you. So be it. I allow you to pay homage to the donkey of stern or obvious. The donkey has its merits. So he says here, I will not deny that, for it was dedicated to Papyrus as the goat was to the god of Mendes. But let us leave that for what it is. And know only if he is your master or you are his. Only the person who is his own master can truly possess the pleasure of love, for he has vanquished love to pleasure. To be able to do and abstain from doing is to be twice able. Woman shackles you through your desires. Be the master of your desires, and you will shackle woman. The great insult to a man is to call him a coward. But what exactly is a coward? A coward is he who neglects to take care of his moral dignity in order to blindly obey his natural instincts. So, it's just, people, wake up. Stop it with the manifestation. Really put the work in, the real work, like most all witches have done. So, now, in the presence of danger, in fact, it is natural to be fearful and attempt to flee. Why then is this shameful? Because honor requires us to prefer our duty to our attractions and our fears. What, from this point of view, is honor? It is the universal present, of immortality and esteem for the ways to achieve it. The last victory that man can ever have over death is to triumph over the desires for life, not out of despair, but for the greatest hope that is contained in the faith in all that is beautiful and honest by the consent of the entire world. This is just little snippets of what Eliphas Levi has to say on magic. So, you've got to. You can't just, all this law of attraction stuff it's just all crap. It's bull. All the manifestation is bull. All of it. Now, to learn to overcome yourself is thus to learn to live, and the austerities of Stoicism were not just a vain display of freedom. To give in to the forces of nature is to follow ordinary communal life. It is to be a slave to second causes. To resist nature and overcome it is to create a personal and imperishable life. It is to gain freedom from the vicissitudes of life and death. Any man who is prepared to die rather than deny truth and justice is truly alive, because in his soul he is immortal. Now, the goal of all ancient initiations was to find or to shape such men. Pythagoras trained his disciples to the silence and all kinds of abstinence in Egypt. Initiates were trained in the 4 elements in India. We know what indigenous, austerities the fakirs and the Brahmins were condemned to do. So, to reach the kingdom of free will and divine independence. So all of this aesthetic scourging is borrowed from the initiation rites of ancient mysteries, and they stopped because potential initiates could no longer find initiators. The directors of consciences, have had time become as ignorant as the common man, the blind man tired of following the blind, and nobody wanted to submit to trials, which led only to doubt and despair. The path of light had been lost. So, this is probably going to be a little bit too much for a lot of people. If you understand snippets of it, just kind of go with it and really listen to it. If you have to read it, or if you have to listen to it again, do it. Go back and listen to this video again, because you're not going to get anywhere with your magic. So, to do something, one must know what one wants to do first, or at least have faith in someone who knows. But how can, he says, I risk my life on some adventure and follow someone who does not know himself or where he is going. Know yourself. That's the key right there. Know yourself for yourself so you can be free and you can use magic. That's all. That's it. One should not head recklessly onto the road of the high sciences, but once en route, one must succeed or perish. Most of the times, people just completely perish and give it up. So, to doubt is to become insane. To doubt is to become insane. To stop is to fall. To retreat is to plunge into an abyss. So you who have begun reading this book, if you understand it and if you wish to read it to the end, it will make you a monarch or a madam. So make of this volume what you will. You will not only be able to scorn it, nor forget it. If you are pure, this book will be a light for you. If you are strong, it will be your weapon. If you are holy, it will be your religion. If you are wise, it will balance your wisdom. But if you are wicked, this book will be an infernal torch for you. It will dig into your breast, tearing it into like a dagger. It will remain in your memory like a great regret. I love this book. Oh, it's such a light. If will fill your imagination with chimeras, and it will drive you through folly to despair. You will want to laugh at it, and you will be able to do it, gnash your teeth, because this book is like the steel file in the fable was to the serpent who tried to bite it, who ended up wearing down all its teeth. So, I just highly recommend it. I'm just trying to help a few people, but people don't like to listen, so tomorrow we will continue a little more with this one. So this is the Doctrine and Ritual of High Magic, a new translation by Eliphas Levi. Levi. I love this man. So yeah, if you really want to follow magic and you really want true results, forget about all the manifestation coaches, forget about everything that you've known. Get to know yourself. That's all I have to say about that. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Have a great Sunday with Satan. Do your research. Find out who you are. Yeah, and let me know what you guys think. So, I love your guys' everything, what you guys have to say. So, all my love. Always. All the way from Venus. All the way back down. And that's true magic, so do with what you will. And I love you guys very much.